Arsenal versus Crystal Palace now. Arsenal 1.5, Crystal Palace 7. 5th and 6th, though, together on the Premier League table. The first thing is that 1.5. A lot of people will be adding that to their ACCA this weekend. Is it a trap? I was going to ask you, Martin, but I'm not sure. You be with your heart or your head on this one. Is it a trap?
I don't think it's a trap. Obviously, Crystal Palace have upset the odds on a number of occasions this season, and they are a good, solid team. And they were pretty unlucky. Well, they weren't unlucky, but they played pretty well against Man City last time out. I just think Emery is going to be under a lot of pressure to deliver a stylish win in this game. The fans really turned on him after that defeat to Sheffield United. Emery out was trending heavily on Twitter. Everyone's saying this guy's not got a clue. What's he doing at the club? It was like getting back to the Wenger out stage. And, you know, he's been negative with his team selections. He's kept the fullbacks out of the team. So I think he's going to be under a lot of pressure to put Lacazette back in the team, to play Bellerin and Tierney at the wing-backs. And I think he's going to say, look, you've got to go for broke in this game, go positive, go out and play some good football. And hopefully he'll put more of a positive team selection out. I'm not thinking he's probably going to reinstate Ozil into the team, but you'd hope that he would start Ceballos and maybe drop a couple of the two younger players to the bench. So I think they get the job done in this one. They're a lot better at home than they are on the road. Against the fellow London side in Crystal Palace, I think they'll win that. And Arsenal and under 4.5 goals, classic bet is 2.0, even money. So I'm going for that and hope Arsenal come good for me once again.
Yeah, I am liking the under 2.5 goals in this one. But really, to be fair, though, Arsenal have been keeping clean sheets. Like, I think it's a little, and you know, it's one loss and already, like, it must be quite tough to be an Arsenal manager.
Yeah, it certainly is, but I think it's like with Man United. The fans want the team to play a certain way. They get frustrated. I mean, one shot on target against the newly promoted club in Sheffield United is pretty dire. There was a lot of just knocking the ball about at the back, no urgency to their play. And it was just a very negative team selection from Emery. It's almost like he's setting them out in quite a cautious, cowardly fashion. And the fans just want to see attack, at least put in some effort, go and try and win games. He's got a pretty similar record at the start of his career than Wenger had at the end of his career, which doesn't make great reading because Wenger was sacked for that. They're doing okay in the league, but Arsenal have had a very easy run of fixtures to start the season with. But when the games get tougher, they're going to need to play a lot better. I think if Emery doesn't get top four this season, they'll get rid of him in the summer. So he's under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I can imagine you were the ones chanting, "Get Emery out in the pub there." attack. Well, like you said, you got to score goals to win, don't you?
You do, and the one thing you can guarantee with Arsenal is the quality that they've got going forward. But they also, you've got to match up. And we said last week against Sheffield United that I would question 6 or 7 of the hearts and desire of some of them Arsenal players. So he played, we used to call it bad pitch team. So basically, if you was going to Wimbledon away or Palace away, you'd have different types of players in. You'd have scrappers. You'd match them for 35, 40 minutes. Then 20 minutes into the second half, you'd bring on your ball players when the game opens up and you got more space. But the other night, you knew very early on that Sheffield United had done a number on them. But anyway, I wouldn't put anyone off Crystal Palace winning this game at 7. I thought that was probably the best way to go until I thought double chance. Yeah. Crystal Palace double chance at 2.7. I can see Crystal Palace getting something out of this game. And because Crystal Palace are big and strong in midfield, and the one thing that Arsenal are not is big and strong in midfield. And you know that Arsenal are going to be under the cosh because their desperation to get back to winning ways may well play into Crystal Palace's hands on the break. So for me, Crystal Palace double chance at 2.7.